Hello, everyone. My name is Big Chris.
And I'm Janie B.
That was so odd. Let's try
Yeah,
it
go
again.
ahead. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. I'm Big Chris,
And I'm Janie B.
and this is One Minnesota Radio. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. This is our official, only second episode, which seems like there should be much more with the election, with, some words from the heart. And the preview, it seems like we're further along than we are. But this is our official Season 1, Episode 2. And Janie B.
I'm here now.
Right. And we're going to try to do this regularly. So we'll try to do 2 episodes a month. I feel like it's really important that the other half of One Minnesota is here, since she was there at the beginning. So, yeah.
And we are going to try to get this put up on YouTube for you as well. I know.
Yeah. We'll definitely do some audio and video.
People like to watch it to see what people look like.
Yeah.
I listen to podcasts. I'm like, where does this voice come from? What do they look like?
I know. I'm always trying to hide from the camera because usually once we're all out there together, it's like NWA or something. They're like, we're all in black or something. They're like, cool. This is cool.
I wore blue today because I knew you'd be in black.
I was going to wear plaid, so I'm happy I didn't.
Yeah.
So this is officially our episode 2. We just finished our 1K turkey giveaway last Saturday, so a week ago.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Which was November 21st. And if you have not seen part 1 and 2 of the vlog, it is definitely up on YouTube. You can go to our YouTube channel, We Are 1MN, on YouTube. And also, did you notice that we have We Are 1MN for Instagram?
I noticed
for
you
Twitter.
changed that.
I did update it so it would sync together.
I
so.
should probably update my Instagram. I think
I know.
probably have a few things wrong now.
I know. So it's pretty good. I think that's, it just makes
It's good
it
to
more
have
mainstream.
everything
more
the same
uniform.
thing.
So we gave away over 1,000 turkeys. And we partnered with Prism. It was great to work with such, an outstanding organization. They have been around since 1970.
Yeah, well established.
And they started kind of how we started with, it was just you and I.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk about that because that's still just the best
I was
story.
going to say we should tell that whole story.
It's the best story going. So we did over 1,000 turkeys, and we didn't just give people the frozen turkeys, right? We gave them sort of everything that went with it.
A box full of non-perishables, and then a lot of potatoes, both sweet and regular.
A lot of potatoes. Hopefully
that all had to be distributed into separate bags.
I wonder who sorted all those potatoes.
I sorted some of them.
It was like 5,000 pounds of potatoes. I didn't sort any, and I'm really happy that I didn't. So that was fun. So we basically put together the same kind of things we wanted on our table. I mean, like Bongard cheese for the macaroni. Mm-hmm. I mean, the very
They got butter,
best.
they got milk.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, here's a ham sandwich and a popsicle. We don't we
really only expected you to have like salt and pepper or
Right.
like whatever spices you wanted to put on your turkey.
Right. And I feel like, for people who hadn't heard the story, it was the story when my dad said, son, if you have, steak and bologna, you don't give your neighbor the bologna. If anything, you eat the bologna and give them the steak. And that's really the principles, I think, that we are based off of. Mm-hmm. We want to treat our neighbors the way that we treat ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's pretty fun. So we do the 1K turkey giveaway. We're over 1,000 turkeys. And we serve families from all over the Twin Cities. We did not collect data. The only data we asked people is how many were in your family, and what cities were you from. And we had people close to the Iowa border, Faribault, Anoka, of course, all over the Twin Cities, St. Paul, Minneapolis, Roseville, Eagan, everywhere. And it was a lot of people. We had really good coverage from WCCO.
Yeah, we did.
Aaron Hassanzadeh.
The first time that they said our name. We've done a few things that they've covered, but we've been Minnesota 1.
Right.
We've had no name.
We've had no name.
There's been just somebody put on
the grounds of the state capitol.
Yeah.
Somebody gave away 700 backpacks with school supplies and ACT calculators. Cool. Who was it? So that was great. She did an amazing job, and I mean, I love the fact that she was there. She helped. She was great. And then she followed us on Instagram too. So shout out Erin Hassanzadeh and also Susan Elizabeth Littlefield, who that's actually how we started that, as I contacted her on Facebook. We're Facebook friends. It's so weird. Some of the things I post on Facebook, sorry in advance, Susan Elizabeth Littlefield. Holy cow. But so I reached out to her and she was like, yeah. And then she was like, well, I want to like bring my friends. I want to bring people. I think it was like her Bible study group. And it was awesome. And they were really out there like
Yeah.
putting in work, and people that came out weren't there for play. They really came to work. Ilhan Omar came out. She was putting boxes in cars. And,
I know, I missed her.
yeah, she was there. Her staff was great. They came out and really just did their thing. We had so many wonderful.
I wish I would have kept track of how many volunteers.
We had 120 volunteers.
Okay.
That was officially. I actually think we had probably more, near 150 volunteers.
I mean, because I know a few people that I brought, the whole like sign-in stuff was not set up.
No,
so.
they didn't sign in. And then we had DJ D. Mill and Peter Parker from Go Radio. They came out. They supported us. I mean, just it was so great, the amount of support that we received. We had Megan Curtis Law. We had Hy-Vee, who honestly, without Hy-Vee, this wouldn't have been possible.
Yeah, they brought the turkeys.
Yeah, we definitely spent.
And pretty big turkeys.
Pretty big turkeys. They gave us a great deal for the money that we spent with them.
14 to like 17 pounds.
Yeah. We averaged about 15-pound turkeys, which was great. The price of poultry was up again this year, and it was just nice to have, someone do that for us. And then St. Joe's Catholic, which is out there in Golden Valley, that was great. And it's just that the need this year, I feel it's the greatest that it's ever been. Maybe because of COVID. Maybe the need has never been like this.
I know. Maybe it has been like this before, and just we didn't
notice. Maybe it's intensified because of COVID. And I just, when we thought about doing this, so for maybe we should start at the beginning. So for people, that don't know, Janie and I have been friends for years and years, through the music scene and other things that we've done. And we got together after I saw a post from DJ D. Mill, from a mutual friend of ours, Jabari Brown, who was a teacher at Sanford Middle School.
Yeah.
And there was this list that they put out, and it was like, we need like rice and beans and tortillas, right?
Right. Like a box.
Like a box.
Or one bag,
yeah.
I guess.
So it looked pretty pitiful. So we made our own list, and of course I'm doing it.
This was all you at first. I saw the note, screenshot, posted on Facebook, and I was like, I'm sure my friends will want to help. So I kind of did my own thing. They all sent me Venmos, and I went shopping. And then I called you because I know you were kind of out there doing it. I'm like, I have extra money.
Right.
What should I do with it? And then from there, we were just kind of in contact. And finally, you're like, so I started this thing. It's called One Minnesota.
Yeah, and it was.
Do you want to do it?
Right. And honestly, there was no magic behind it. I mean, I was sick of just. So after George Floyd was murdered, that's when One Minnesota started. So that's 150 days ago. So we're literally, 140 days or something, 150 days old. And I wanted to make something that embodied who I was, which ironically is exactly who you were.
Yeah.
And, after Sanford Middle School, I mean, because it was in not even 24 hours, and the people that I was working with, I mean, we have. I think I posted the actual items on Facebook. It was just ridiculous.
Yeah, I think you took a screenshot of your notes on your phone.
There was over.
So it looked like everybody was like, "Wow, they really need help. They want 86 bags."
Yeah. And we had the actual count was 178,000.
Yeah, I was like,
bags of groceries.
It was a sea.
Yeah, they were loading them into semi trucks,
bags.
and Janie and I, talked after that and said, "Hey, we're pretty good at this."
That's fun. That was fun. It was great to help people. And we also helped people. We got a lot from it too.
Yeah, definitely.
And
then we teamed up.
Yeah.
And said, let's do it. So the way that we do things is no script at all, as you can tell by this podcast. There's we have not practiced, rehearsed. I have some notes. Janie's phone is updating.
Mine's updating.
She has no idea what we're talking about today. It's awesome. And
she's updated.
Oh wow, look at that. Right on cue. So it's pretty fun to just kind of spitball something. So we talked about doing a turkey giveaway. And first I called down to Jenny O Turkey Farms in Wilmer. And they were like, yeah, I mean, we'd love to work with you guys and blah, blah, blah. And how about 1,000 turkeys for 30 grand? And I'm like, we are a small...
We have actually no money.
We have no money.
What can you do for us?
You let the cat out of the bag. So we weren't supposed to tell people that our entire foundation is being funded by us.
Yeah.
And our credit card companies who are like, please
keep spending. And because one day.
Yeah, they love it. They would probably appreciate a payment soon, and we'll work on that.
We're getting there.
I don't know when.
But basically, we got such a good deal.
We got such a good deal.
When you have nothing to work with, they have...
Right.
If they want to help, they kind of have to step up.
Right. And we talked to a lot of places. I mean, all the main turkey places you folks would think, like Honeysuckle White, blah, blah, blah. So I talked to a gentleman named Colton, who's the meat manager at the Hy-Vee in Oakdale, and told him where we were at. I explained our financial situation. We kind of jumped through some hoops. I sort of... help them meet every goal they're ever going to have for meat in life. And we get the turkeys from them.
Yeah.
They delivered them from Oakdale to Golden Valley out at Prism because, of course, Prism has, such an amazing building.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's great. And they offer, food every single day. So it was great that they had everything that we would need to get this done.
And they had volunteers that have already been helping them. So they... helped sort all those potatoes.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was so many potatoes. So they really helped us out, and that was super fun.
Yeah.
But it all just kind of fell together, and it was something that we spitballed, and it's more or less of, Janie and I think of these crazy ideas that are...
It's mostly Chris coming to me saying, hey...
what we should do?
What do you think about this? And
right.
I generally don't say no because I think he'd just start to try to convince me even more.
Right.
Well,
I'll just talk her into it anyway. And then Janie's like, yeah, it sounds good. And I'm like, sweet. And then I send like a text and I'm like, hi, what are you doing? Guess what we're doing next? So that's how it goes.
How about bikes in the spring?
Right. So it's pretty fun. We are doing bikes in the spring.
Free bike. Yeah.
So that's kind of the way that, that we roll. That's how it started. And, we have this turkey giveaway that we did. And for me, it was special because 20 years ago, last week, I was homeless. Mm-hmm. And, from firsthand experience, when you cannot provide for your family, when you cannot feed your children, I wasn't, and people are homeless for all kinds of reasons, no knock to anybody, but I didn't have a drug problem. I didn't have an alcohol problem. I just had a me problem, and I was just in a bad place. But I wanted to be more. I wanted to do more. So for me, this was a huge thing. And all these people, thousands of people are smiling and waving and saying, thank you.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they waited in line they were lined up 2 hours. I mean, we got there 8 o'clock. It started at 10 and there was already a line of probably 50 people, 50 cars.
There was a lot of people. And, midday, it was backed up to the freeway. They had the police out there directing traffic.
No, they did not. I was directing traffic.
And Janie directed traffic.
No, there was no police. They
were
just
at the
me.
freeway.
Oh, they were at the freeway.
Yeah, they were all the way back to the freeway.
I was back right next to Prism, being like, hey, would you like to go this other way, go around the roundabout? And people were like, I'm not really going to listen to you.
Yeah.
Like, okay, great. I'm going to go do something else. I'm going to go put turkeys in cars or something.
We had this opportunity. We had this platform. So we do the turkey giveaway. And it felt weird people telling me thank you. Mm-hmm. Like we were thankful to them for being there.
Just like I said earlier, it's like you get something back. It's not like a completely selfless act. You also feel really good when you get to help that many people.
Right.
I mean, helping one person feels good.
Definitely.
And I had a friend text me on Thanksgiving, and he was like, he had helped. He was one of the volunteers. And he was like, hey, I don't know if you really sat and thought about this today, but a few times while I was eating dinner, I just thought about all of the families, all of the people that are eating right now because of what we did on Saturday. Right. And he was like, I just wanted to let you know that you guys are awesome and thank you. Yeah. I was like, I have a 4-month-old daughter and I had not stopped to think about any of that. And I was like, well, thank you for saying that because now, that is super special.
I definitely dropped more than a few tears on Thanksgiving. And I know a lot of people don't celebrate Thanksgiving, and, I get it. But the whole point was we had the opportunity and the platform to give back a little bit. I mean, we sold $20 T-shirts all summer to be able to feed our communities all winter. And, there's lots of organizations, there's lots of groups in the Twin Cities that do one thing or another. And we don't have a singular focus. Obviously,
and that's intentional.
It's intentional.
We don't want to have just one focus. There's a lot of groups out there that are very specific to, and we're willing to work with people, absolutely. Mm-hmm. But I think we're best used,
right.
doing a large quantity of things.
Yeah, it's really whatever our communities need.
And whatever we kind of come up with.
And whatever we come up with. So
what would be fun to do next?
Right. So that's pretty fun because it's literally just like, what does our community need? And speaking of that, so as we move through, the rest of the year, after we get through the first of the year, we'll have financial wellness programs for free for people in the community. So help with like credit repair, getting qualified for home loans, car loans that you don't get stuck with some crazy interest rate on, all by, professional, reputable organizations that are also, volunteering their time to come in and to give back. There's, I think, this general thought that, if you're without help and you're not sure what to do, you're just kind of stuck, right? You're like in the space. And because I've been in that space, and I did a bunch of trial and error things, and like half of them didn't work. Like 2 of them did. So we're going to go with those. But people a lot more knowledgeable than I will be able to help people.
Yeah, it's not going to be us like teaching a finance class.
Right. It'll be actual finance people.
I might be taking the finance
class. I know. I might go in there and help balance that checkbook out. But maybe we'll pay one of those credit card payments.
Yeah.
But it'll be people that are actually doing this for a living that are going to, be able to help people in our community, and we're going to get to all that, and it'll be fun stuff on our website. But so it is really all fun and games. I'd like to say that it isn't, but it is. We have a great time doing this. As we mentioned, we do not make any money from this. We're not making a dollar. We do get donations, but it's more through t-shirt sales.
Yeah.
And if people haven't visited our website, weareonemn.com or weareonemn.org, you should go on, because honestly, we have some of the nicest.
Is it org or com?
We have both.
Oh.
Right. So if you go to one,
does it take it to the both?
Yes.
Okay.
It's there, and the other one, it's fun.
I was like, if it's not one of those, it's going to get confusing. So we better clarify.
So if people go there and they look through our store, they should know that it is that, because people are like, why are you selling sweatshirts for $50? And it's like, they are the softest, nicest.
They're really nice sweatshirts.
They are really, really nice. And when people
buy
and
sweatshirts are $50.
They are, and ours are honestly better. I mean, no knock to. I mean, hey, I like North Face and stuff, but the one Minnesota.
Yeah, that one is actually like the best quality.
It is. It's super nice and soft. And we really do pick all these things out by hand. We really do put in work. We really do make everything ourselves. It's not some big box company doing anything, and we're able to control where those funds go. So that makes it even better. But yes, so weareonemn.org or .com, you pick, and it'll be there. So, like I was saying, it is all fun and games with us. We definitely laugh. One thing that we learned when we started our crusade to do this turkey giveaway was this redlining process.
Yes.
Which I did not know.
I did not know either.
And what is happening in Minnesota and in other parts of the country.
I would assume all over the country.
Yeah. Is people ask sort of like an intake form, right? So we asked people, how many people were in your family, and what city are you from? For the specific reason, so we could say we fed, like 5,800 people from these parts of the Twin Cities. So this redlining process, which is practiced by virtually every nonprofit. There are, big and small, and, I suppose they say, well, this is how we get grant money or whatever.
Right.
They are asking people literally their ethnicity. They literally are saying, if you tell us
what color your children are,
we will feed you.
Yeah.
And I wanted, for the record, like no knock, no shade to anybody else, but for the record, One Minnesota has never engaged in practices like that. And we never would.
Right.
We will never say that to you, because if someone would have said that to me when I couldn't feed my kids, that I just had to tell them what color they were.
Right.
Yeah, it wouldn't have ended well.
But we do think that also it's just not well known. People don't know. People are like, okay, why are you asking? I guess if you're going to give me food for them, I will tell you.
Right.
What do they really use that?
So to my understanding, because I actually asked several people that I spoke with, and sometimes there's big donors involved that maybe they want to know, where their money is going, and specifically
what color the people are.
Right.
Okay.
Right. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I've also heard that.
Because we also, within One Minnesota, we do believe it does not matter what color you are. If you need help, we will help you.
Right.
A human is a human. A dog is a dog. We'll help a dog, a cat.
Right.
If you need to feed your bird, we'll help you out.
We've literally helped with bird food. So, it's one of those things where, maybe it's, governmental, whatever. So, we're at the point now where we're going to be getting grants and, county money, hopefully, in the months to come here. But if that's a qualifier, then we're just going to be stuck using our credit cards.
Yeah.
And we will never ask a person. We might as well ask them their religion too. And, it doesn't make sense to me. Mm-hmm. And I know it doesn't make sense to you. So that means it doesn't make sense to us.
Yeah.
It is, sort of the dirty little secret of the business of nonprofit.
Yeah. To just be able to say that you're helping this color of person. So help us.
Right.
It feels dirty. And
right.
Gross.
And, my father, Isaac Wellborn, so he, was a Black Panther. He came to Minnesota. And back right around 1972, he started the first ever school lunch program for kids. And, we have like pictures of like all these groceries and things that they had. But he never said, I'll help you if you vote this way, or I'll help you if your family is this color. It didn't matter who he was. And it didn't matter who the people were.
Right.
It was just like, we have help. Here you go. And
you need it. Then
yeah. And, he did that until the day he died. So he was with Ramsey Action Program in St. Paul. He helped found Men of Color. And literally the morning he died, he was helping families get their bills paid. So until, he died at 72. So he did it his whole life. So for us, this is a very, very personal thing. I feel like, if we can accomplish this in, 150, 160 days, the next 150 or 160 are going to be amazing.
Right. And it's a wonder. I just wonder what we can do after COVID's over. Because right now we were having some like marches and rallies at the Capitol. Mm-hmm. But now it's too cold to be outside and it's too dangerous to be inside.
Right.
So.
Right. And we actually care about the people in our community. We care whether people, like, whatever you believe, mask, not mask.
We're not gonna throw something,
right,
and have a large outbreak because of us. That would.
And Janie and I both had COVID, and I had it very, very, very bad. I almost died from it. After
I was actually on the phone with Chris going in to get my test, and he was like, "Wait, your eyes hurt?"
Yeah.
Sorry, you definitely have it.
You got it because your eyes hurt. It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
So, we don't want to create super spreader events. And that's kind of how we decided we're going to do our own radio and our own podcast. And 1MN Radio was started. Mm-hmm. So, that's kind of that. So what we're going to do is we'll try to do these at least twice a month. We're going to try this video thing and see how that goes.
There may or may not be one right now. We're filming it.
If it
works out, it'll be there.
No one really knows how to really edit this thing all the ways.
But I believe that Chris will figure this out.
Right. Which means if you're my Facebook friend, I'm going to be like, how's your video editing skills? Good? Awesome. I'm sending you a file. And that's pretty much how we roll. So
you have a class I can take for free?
I know,
I'll be
right.
there.
Right. I'll be right there. With all our camera and audio equipment. It's super fun. So I don't know. I don't know. Anything else you can think of that we should tell the people?
I think we covered, we kind of did our backstory. We did the turkey giveaway, which I think is like most fresh in our minds because it just happened.
Right.
I don't think I have anything else.
I know. So the other thing I did is I messaged Janie on Thanksgiving, and I wanted to let her know then, and I want to tell you now how thankful I am that we came together, because I wouldn't want to be doing this with anyone else.
I completely agree. And
it's really nice when two people can get together, and we are so fortunate to have, my cousin, Reverend Daryl Spence, and Annika, who is here, and now she's in Washington. So,
working from afar.
Right. She's our volunteer coordinator. She started taking pictures for us, and it was like, what else do you want to do, Annika? So that was super fun. And that's kind of how it goes with us. So, just a warning, if you're around us for like 3 months.
And you're good at doing something and we notice.
Yes, you are.
You might be recruited.
You are totally going to be that person. And you're like, oh, I have a One Minnesota email now. Yes. And that's really how it goes. So everybody that's around us, Dr. Armando Collins, who is a professor of African American Studies and African Diaspora. I went to Highland Park Senior High School with him. He's working with us. He's a professor in North Carolina. We just, Megan Curtis, who is a legal counsel for One Minnesota, is just an amazing person. She is very, very down to earth.
Yeah. She does this on her free time.
She totally does this on her free time. We haven't gotten a bill, but when we get a bill,
it'll be a lot of money.
We'll pay it with a credit card. And hopefully it won't get called back.
Hopefully there's still enough space on
right,
there for that.
Right. So, yeah, but that's pretty much it. And we just want to say thank you to DJ D Mill. We're actually recording from SP Style Studios today.
Yes.
He was very fortunate to get us in. So this is sort of the COVID edition, in the studio, Janie and I and DJ D Mill. So, yeah, that's kind of it, huh?
Yeah.
So, like I said, folks, this has been episode 2. Even though there's 4 episodes on onemnradio.com.
There's 4?
Well, we did the preview.
Oh.
And then we did the episode. And then I did the unofficial episode. And now this one.
Okay.
Right. And then we'll do
this
another.
This is number 2, the one that I'm actually at.
Actually at. And it's so fun because everybody that I've asked, hey, do you want to be a guest on our podcast? They're like, heck yeah. And these are...
Podcasts are fun. I mean, I've been listening to podcasts for probably like 8 years,
yes.
Like right when they first came out.
Yes. So we are going to have some amazing guests. I mean, it's probably hard to get more amazing than Janie and I, but we're going to try. We won't let the cat out of the bag and say who these amazing people are, but believe me, we got a lineup for you.
You have to tune in to find out.
You'll have to tune in to find out. So make sure you folks check out onemnradio.com. You can also get to it from our main One Minnesota website, and there'll be lots more to come, we promise. So good job, Janie B.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yep. Thanks. See you folks next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.